What's it called then?
Why would you want to join IS? Hi everyone, it's the Kak M show. The creative and magic shows that we'd like to call it. We're both creative, aren't we?
Apparently.
That's why we get on so well, and we bounce off each other. Not in the literal sense. So why would you want to join IS? Would you want to join IS?
Not really.
What is IS?
Islamic State?
Islamic State of Iraq and a
Or
sham.
is it is?
And it is a sham. It's
Yes.
an absolute sham. Well, apparently there's been a lot of youths and families going to try and join this Islamic State through Turkey and Syria and Iraq.
Propaganda rubbish.
Well, as if we did some research and we found out who they're financed by. Do you know their weapon of choice? These guns.
Kalashnikovs.
Yeah, where you know, the Islamic State's weapon of choice is the AK-47, the Kalashnikov. Where do they come from?
Well, hazard a guess at Russia.
Yeah.
And that Mr. Putin.
Quite possibly. And then they've got loads of tanks, haven't they? You know who manufactures the tanks for IS, don't you?
Oh no, not
Out of Coventry?
not Cameron's mates.
Yeah.
General Dynamics.
General Dynamics, that's the one. Right, they make billions. They sell those tanks. And you know who makes the missiles, don't you?
US?
Yeah, that's Obama. So anybody that goes to fight for IS, killing your own brothers and sisters, you ought to should you think about this? You're actually working for Washington DC, the CIA. You're working for Westminster, somebody called it a while ago.
And the Vatican.
The Vatican. And you're literally funding terrorist pockets, and the real terrorists. Who are the real terrorists?
Governments, always.
I wonder how come the media keep promoting this so-called Islamic State.
Fear. Keep them all in fear. They'll do as they're told then.
Well, fear breeds hatred, doesn't it?
Yes.
Yeah. And then hatred breeds terrorism. And it's horrific. It really is horrific.
Governments must have had some horrific things happen to them in the past then for them to be such terrorists nowadays.
Supplementary to the ISIS video.
Sounds like you've been watching Star Trek. Supplementary
Okay.
to the ISIS video.
Yeah, the ISIS video, which we were just talking about. Does anybody realise that when you do join ISIS, all those governments and militia military equipment, you're making them billions upon billions and trillions of pictures of the Queen and presidents.
I was going to say if they weren't making money, they wouldn't do it, but they would because they enjoy the massacre and murder and mayhem at the same time, so they would carry on regardless.
Absolutely, they don't care about anybody. They don't care about your life. They don't care what you do. This is war. It's been a war on Islam since the Knights Templar, and we've spoken about that before. You trace back the history when the Crusaders went over, and they were left with their tails between their legs when they came back because they were massacred by the Arabians. And the West and all roads lead to Rome. The Vatican and all the Western governments have never forgiven Islam for this.
I'm going to say,
so they have complete war on your mind, body and spirit. Anybody in Arabia, anybody that follows the Islamic religion.
I was going to say they've never forgiven that, and that's why they're still trying to promote this holy war as far as they're concerned now.
Yeah.
Although it's just another attempt at genocide.
They are the despots that waged the holy war. You remember we did the word despots?
Yes.
Again, if you're going to go and fight for Islamic State, they're not Islamic, and the state is in a sham. You're literally lining the pockets of the corrupt side of the parasitic elite. You don't like to call them elite, do you?
No, parasites is what they are.
Blood-sucking parasites, right? And they're laughing all the way to the bank. Thank you, they're going. Oh, by the way, the flags are made in China.